Hey, I'm Krista Wags. You're listening to MSP Sound on KFAI, and I'm so excited. I have Kashimana with me. Hello.
Hello, Krista.
How are you?
I am well. I'm so glad to be here. This is awesome. I wish I could be in studio, but this is pretty good.
I know it's a pretty close second is
Yes.
to being in studio. I agree. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for joining me via Zoom and working with this fun technology that we have.
Yeah, it's convenient sometimes. So, and one of in everything that we do, it's always nice to be like, I can just hop on a Zoom instead of drive however many minutes to get to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we can definitely talk more about technology, but we are here to talk about an upcoming show that you have at Icehouse on the 22nd. Woo,
Yay.
tell me all about it.
So I'm super excited for this show. This is happening September 22nd at Ice House at 7 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. So you can come, get dinner, get a drink, bring your friends, and enjoy this really intimate show. It'll be featuring me, Kashimana, and of course, Jaspar Lepak. And also, will be playing that night with her amazing band, and it's a stripped down, intimate set. We have smaller band setups, so it'll be so good. There's not a bad seat in the room in Ice House, and I love it for intimate gigs like this.
I mean, as you're talking, like I've seen you perform a couple of times and I'm already just picking up those lovely vibes and your voice is going to just sound even more amazing on that stage and in that room than it does
Mm.
everywhere. I feel like I've seen you perform at like open streets and Hook
Yeah,
and Ladder and I'm gonna hoping to cross off Ice House on the
yeah,
list of seeing you at places to perform, but
yeah.
it's
The cedar, I've done the
Peter,
cedars.
oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. So
getting it.
it's it's the perfect room for like an intimate concert like this where we're breaking down things and you get to hear the lyrics a little bit more, and of course we're artists that put our hearts and our souls and our emotions into our songs. So we're going to take you on a journey that is wonderful and beautiful. And the cool thing is that we're both mama musicians um, with uh, Jasper has her own kid, and I have mine, obviously. And we put that in our work, and we're trying, authentically living in our motherhood and in our musicianship. And the stories that we tell with all of our music is really heartfelt. And I like to call it like soul work. So, yeah.
Lovely. And that is a perfect summary.
I'm
I don't
glad.
know.
Hey.
Yeah. I know. I'm just glad I'm verifying it. No, I'm not verifying it. It's
Oh,
obviously true. That was a
yeah. Yeah.
dumb Krista comment, but I am just such a fan. So
Oh, thank
I
you.
get a
Thank you.
little silly.
Yeah, if you want to listen to good music and, get intimate, I know the weather is kind of getting chilly. We're getting fall a little earlier, so it's like the perfect thing to come and spend time with us. The other cool thing is there'll be some really cool surprises during the show. Um, and, we might hop on in a song or two, and there's a special encore that might be I don't want to give it away too much. I want you to come to the show and experience it. It's a once in a lifetime experience that will be happening, and the performance will be truly truly amazing. So yeah, come to the show, man.
Yeah, it's Sunday night. It's an earlier show. It's an earlier start time, 7 o'clock. And like, yeah,
Hmm.
grab dinner. Forget
Yeah,
about the Sunday scaries and
yeah,
embrace some Sunday music.
yeah. Great way to start the week, really, if you ask me. So, yeah, and of course we're not doing the late late show because again, mamas. And and I think, I don't know. I used to do those really really late shows, and after the pandemic, it was like, yeah, I think I'm good. Let's do some regular hours.
that is a good shift from the pandemic. One of the
Yeah,
few good things that came out where it's like, let's start these shows a little earlier.
yeah, yeah.
We don't need to do all that.
We don't need to do a 9:30, 10 o'clock start, which is great for certain music, but like you might not find me there. Unless it's Beyonce and some other like, bucket list artists, I might stay up for an artist.
There are some that you do need to stay up late for.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I think even Janet Jackson starts early and she
Oh
does
yeah,
not mess around. She's like,
yeah.
this is
She's
the
on
whole show.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Okay. She's on time. Like, okay, the show starts like within 15 minutes of like when it said it was gonna start. Usually that's like boom. Whew. Other shows, I mean, I love me some Lauryn Hill. That took
Mm,
a while, but it was worth it. Still took a while.
I know.
Oh, and then I feel like I waited around for Ed Sheeran a little bit, but it wasn't too much.
Okay. I remember it was a while ago, but Rihanna was a really long wait. It was
Oh,
over an hour or two. And of course, Madonna, Notorious,
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah. Oh,
was
yeah.
very, I don't even know how late she
Very late.
was.
Very late. I remember that because I was like, what? This DJ just like she had a DJ on that was just like, I don't want to be here. Like the mood was very much like, let me push the button and fill the time.
Yeah. Maybe I'll throw my hand in the air. Like,
Yeah, like one time.
how long do I have to hype up this crowd? It's
Right,
over
right.
time.
So yeah, I love the early starts.
Me too. Yes. And we know this show will start on time. We know
Oh
that
yeah.
you're both mamas, so you gotta
Yeah. We
you
gotta
gotta
get going.
yeah.
Ah. So
Well,
yeah.
that sounds fantastic. What a lovely combination. And that sounds great. Just the two of you working together, collaborating,
Yeah.
and seeing how ooh, I
It
love
all came together.
it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we met up, and I think it was at the farm, which is like the Folk Alliance Regional Midwest meeting,
Mhm.
and there are a bunch of artists from Minnesota, and Ellen Stanley, who's a publicity regional publicity manager, PR, all of that great stuff introduced us, and we just kind of hit it off, and um, we had one of those intimate moments where you just do a song. What's it called? A songwriter's circle, where you just go back and forth with songs. And it was like, you know, she had me at P for placenta. I was like, yes. Somebody's doing the same kind of music in their own style. Let's unite and combine powers and change the world. So we're all about women's rights, reproductive rights, being authentic about motherhood and the labor that requires. And yeah, so in our own different perspectives, we're bringing that to the stage. Um, but yeah, we also have silly songs like, Honey Bunny, which is like the lullaby for a sleep deprived parent. Um, and she has P for placenta. And so it's just like a good pairing of light, joy, soulful, sad, crazy, all of the things. It's like fireworks of different things.
Yes, I love it. And I do love Honey Bunny. That's so sweet.
Uh,
That whole let's talk about Phantom Cries for a little bit.
mhm. Yeah.
I I love that album so much. It's so
Oh, thank you.
I'm not a parent, but
Yeah. I took you through it,
yes,
huh?
I felt like I'm in the trenches with y'all. So that was
Oh, oh, something just dropped in my studio. Stay, whatever that is. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I felt like I was on the journey with you through Phantom Cries. But
Mm,
let's talk a little bit about that album. Like, when
yeah.
did that came out? That's
last year, July. Yeah, at the Cedar, and it's been in the making for a while, and I just poured like the first year of everything I felt in the experience of becoming a mother into the album, and yeah, and including trying to also make awareness about the maternal mortality in the US and the rates of that, especially among women of color, Black women like myself. And so just I wanted to do something that was meaningful. The shift in my music was really trying to be authentic and exploring emotions and topics that aren't normally spoken, let alone sung about. So um, everything in Phantom Cries is like really about that. And yeah, I was, you go through phases of like liking your music and not liking it. Like, I love my songs, and then you go and record them in the studio, and then you go through phases of like, oh my God, I can't stand myself. To like, okay, this is good, to like, okay, I can just groove and enjoy my music now. And I think I did something right. I think I did something good. So I'm in the yeah part of it, which I want to share this album with everyone, and I think it's relevant to everyone right now to take a listen and go through the journey and see what comes up and you know process together.
yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, I'm sure you go through all those phases because of the
Mhm.
amount of times you're listening, you're
Yeah.
creating, you're recording and or maybe recording and
Yeah. And
I'm
rehearsing and recording. And then you're playing the songs live too. So, yeah, not all the songs get played live because of like logistics or the fact that maybe you you might need a click track for like the title track, which is Phantom Cries, and it's like in a more, I don't know if I should talk like music form, but it's like um what do you call it, 7/7/4, and you got this odd meter, and then we drop a beat every so often, and it can be tricky to do live with 5 people without somebody hearing the click track somewhere. So yeah, but it is one of the more what do you call it, heart-wrenching emotional songs. Yeah.
lovely. Let's what else is in store for you? We're almost at the end of
Oh yeah.
2024. What anything else or kids should be
Wow.
looking out for with you? I
I
know.
mean, the
Did I just
summer
drop a
was
bomb on you?
crazy. No bomb, no. The summer
Okay.
was crazy. It was nuts. Had quite a few shows. Um, let's see. I have a few what I would call appearances between now and the 22nd, September 22nd. So I'll be playing, oh, this won't even matter because the show will be after the 14th. I'll be playing Macro Festival, and then, oh, I'll be doing like a short appearance at the Springboard for the Arts. And they're kicking off the Basic Income Week, which is if you listen to my other project, Prosperity Songs, which is a response to what would it look like if people had, people, place, prosperity, what would that look like if everybody had access to guaranteed income, and if the resources were, equitably shared, what would that look like? And so I responded through music. Yeah, so that's September 17th at Springboard for the Arts, and it's open to everyone. I'll be just doing 3 songs from that specific project. Um, but on September 22nd, I think I'll do 1 song from that project, which is FU Money, which is another
Oh yeah.
another song on there
Yeah.
that's super fun and upbeat. Yeah, and then after September 22nd, I go into like some form of hibernation.
Okay.
So I'll be writing fiercely and producing fiercely during that time. I don't really have anything major. I'm always like, hey, I'd love to do a holiday show, you know. So somebody hit me up. It would be unique because like I would make it like a neo soul holiday show. It
Would
wouldn't be like
mm,
holiday, but it'd be more like holiday. Yeah.
oh, yes. Let's
Chill.
do that. How do we who how
Call
somebody
me, go to my website, Kashimana.com.
Ooh,
There's a form to fill out if you want to collaborate.
okay.
Yeah, there's just this, yeah. But I'm throwing it out there. Maybe it'll happen. But for now, it's when I do most of my writing and recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. So everyone check out that show on the 22nd at Icehouse, Kashimana, Jasper, and I think just
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about who would be joining us on stage.
oh, yeah.
My band, I'll be joined by Asia Parham, who I think is performing at the Jazz Fest this weekend. And then I'll be joined by Glory Yard, Gigi Drums, and also Kari Jackson on bass. And so it'll be just and now, of course, I'm there on vocals and guitar sometimes. Yeah, and so it'll be the four of us. And then Kari's doing double duty. He's also playing for Jasper. And then also you have Ben is also, why am I blanking on his last name? Oh, I
And
forgot.
Cookfelds?
Yes, Ben Cookfelds. Thank you.
Yes. That's the only Ben I know. But
Yeah, I'm just blanking because I recently saw a ticket for Ben Folds, and they both kind of like have that space in my head. Like, they play the piano and they sing. Um,
them dark hair.
so,
Yeah.
so my head wanted to go immediately to Ben Folds, but I'm like, no, that's not right.
It'd be
And
amazing
then,
if it was Ben Folds, but we'll take Ben
yeah,
Cookfelds too.
right, Ben Cookfelds is just as good.
Yes.
And then, Haley, I forget her last name too, but a violinist and singer, and yeah, we'll be there. So, and I'm sure Jasper will tell you more, or has said already who will be performing with her. Um, yeah, so it'll be a good time. Yeah,
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, Kashimana. It was lovely
thank
chatting
you,
with you.
thank you. It'll be a great time.
Yes.